Hey, what's up guys, I'm Lan here. Welcome back to a new video on my channel. In this video I'm going to talk about iOS 16.1 update on my iPhone 13. As you can see, this is an iPhone 13 and yesterday night I have received iOS 16.1 update on this iPhone. So as you can see from the screenshot, it came in about 1.1 gigabyte on this iPhone 13, and in general this update is around 1 GB. So if you're having any other iPhone than iPhone 13, probably iPhone 11 or 12, so the update would be between 1 to 1.5 gigabytes. Now depending on which iPhone you have, the update size could be different, so you can go ahead and check for the software updates. Now this update contains a bunch of new features which comes with iOS 16.1, and also some of the interesting features for older iPhones, like if you're using iPhone 10R or iPhone 11. So make sure you stick around till the end of the video, because in this video I'm going to talk about iOS 16.1 and what's new included with iOS 16.1. But before that, if you're new here and happen to enjoy this kind of videos on this channel, do give this video a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to the channel. Now with that being said, let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so the first things first, let me go to the settings, general and about section. If I go to the about section, the first change is in iOS 16.0.3, on just beside this iOS version, you used to get that build number, but not anymore. You have to click on this iOS version in order to get the build number. So once I tap on this iOS version, as you can see, the new build number is 20B82. So this is the build number that you should be getting. And with iOS 16.1 update, there is a new modem firmware. So as you can see, after updating, the modem firmware is 2.12.02. Now I have saved the screenshot before updating. As you can see, the modem firmware was 2.09.01. So Apple has tried to fix the network related problems, although this update does not contain any 5G enabled feature on iPhones or stuff like that. But if in general, if you're having network related issues, Apple has tried to fix that with iOS 16.1. Now make sure if you're on iOS 16, this update should be available to you. Now for you to check for the update, go to the general and click on software updates. Now if you're still not able to see the updates, disable this automatic updates and check for the software updates. You should be able to get iOS 16.1 update. Now with that being said, let's talk about what's new with iOS 16.1. So first things first, let me go to the battery section. If I go to the battery section, as you can see, instead of battery health, now it says battery health and charging, and there's a new option. If I tap on battery health and charging, as you can see at the bottom, it says clean energy charging. Now I have this iPhone 10R with me as well, and on this I as well am running this iOS 16.1. If I go to the battery, but this option is not available on iPhone 10R. So this option has been a hit or miss. On my iPhone 13, I'm able to see this option, and people are saying this is region specific. So I'm not sure on your iPhone 12 or 13 this option will be available or not. So this is something says clean energy and charging. So this option came with iOS 16.1. Now we'll talk about the battery health in my follow-up review, because just yesterday night I have updated, so this is not the right time. But to be noted here, the battery health has not dropped. So now let's talk about the other new features what we can see. So the main new feature is in photos. So if you scroll down and find photos, so if I go to the photos, the main feature is with iCloud shared photo library. So Apple promised that with upcoming iOS 16 update, you would be able to share photos and videos with near and dear ones. So that feature was not there with iOS 16, and even with iOS 16.0.3 security updates. Now with iOS 16.1, Apple has given iCloud shared photo library. To set this up, you need to click on get started and fill all this up, and once this is set up, you have to go to the photos, and then you would be able to see, you can it would give you the option which photos to share with your family or friends that you have added to the iCloud share family, and which photos you don't want to. And even on the camera, there are some new things for that. Now I had taken a screenshot, once I opened this photo, there was this new pop-up as well. What's new in photos? It says that shared library copy and paste edits and merge duplicates. So this was a new thing. Apart from that, the biggest change is in the battery percentage. Now if you see, let me just focus correctly, I have 49% of battery left. Now with iOS 16 and 0.2 and 0.3, the battery percentage feature was there with selected models, especially with the newer models, but the battery percentage option was not refined. Now you see that whenever the battery drops, the icon actually shows the real-time battery. I mean, the graph actually depletes, right? So as you can see, whenever your battery goes down, so battery icon will show you the live battery representation. So that's a nice thing how you can enable that. So for that, you need to go to the settings, you need to go to the battery. Let me go to the battery simply, and you will have an option to enable the battery percentage. And if you're having an older device like iPhone 10R and iPhone 11, so previously with iOS 16 update, this battery percentage option was not given. Now with iOS 16.1, you will have this refined battery percentage option, which is very handy, I feel. Now one of the new other features is about live activities. Now let's first see where you can find this live activities. So come to the settings and go to this Face ID and passcode. So let me quickly put my passcode here. Once you put your passcode, you have to scroll a little down, and once you scroll little down, you will be able to see the option which says live activities. By default, if you have already updated to iOS 16.1, it will be enabled. So what this means is, if you're having any live activity going on, it will be available through this notification center. For example, if I just go to this timer and start a timer, now I have closed out of this application, right? But even if I can scroll this notification center, as you can see, this live activity is visible through this notification center. At the moment, it is not been implemented to many of the applications, but in coming future, the transport applications like Ola, Uber and food apps will implement this feature, and with that you could probably literally watch a game or keep an eye on the score if you want to through this notification center. So that's a very good and nifty feature that iOS 16 promised, but we are getting this with iOS 16.1. Yes, apart from that, there are few changes in the messages as well. So once I open the message, as you can see, there were some new pop-ups that I have actually captured. So that's about that. So there are actually some bug fixes. So previously, once you open the message, let me go to the main interface, and some conversation that you have already deleted that were appearing in the main conversation. If you were chatting with somebody, if you have deleted a conversation, after deleting that conversation as well, it was appearing in the main conversation, in the main messages. So those issues have been fixed. Also in my previous videos, I've mentioned like there was some lag once I open and close out of the application. So there was some stuttering. Unfortunately, that has not been fixed. So I'm hoping that with some security updates, or Apple has actually noticed this, because not only me, I have found from this comment section as well, many people are facing this issue. So I hope with upcoming updates, so those will be fixed. Now talking about the performance, I've just updated few hours back, so the performance should be fine actually with this iOS 16.1 on iPhone 13. But I've ran the Geekbench 5 scores. The scores are in front of you. The single core came in about 1743 and the multi-core score is 4561. The scores are okay as it was with iOS 16 or 16.0.1 and 3. So the scores are similar. So let's see in the coming weeks how it performs and what are the bugs and issues I'm able to identify with this update. I will cover up all the issues and how in general it is performing, and how is the battery life and how is the performance after a few weeks. So stay tuned for that, for a follow-up review on iOS 16.1 update on this iPhone 13. In the meantime, you can comment your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know in the comments whether you have already updated to iOS 16.1 or if you're still on iOS 16. So let me know that in the comment section below. So that's it for this video. With the help of this video, I just wanted to let you know that we have received this iOS 16.1 update, which was a large update and which is a main update after iOS 16, because iOS 16.1 and 0.3 were the security updates. So if you are on iOS 16, definitely I would suggest you to update to iOS 16.1, not only because it includes new features, along with the new features also it includes the security updates. updates. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give this video a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to the channel, because your one like and subscription means a lot to me, and it gives me a lot of motivation to put more of this content on YouTube. So with that being said, I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.